Yep. I was told I withheld sex as punishment. I was told it was emotional abuse. I have such a big issue with this idea of withholding sex. It's talked about often in abusive relationship dynamics and how people withhold sex as a form of punishment and control. I've heard one creator say it's the most insidious thing a narcissist will do because of the anxiety it triggers within the victim. But this doesn't sit well with me. So first of all, the definition of withholding is the refusal to give something that is due or desired. Do suggests that it belongs to you, that it's your right. Well, no one has a carte blanche right to sex, even in a committed relationship. I believe in body autonomy, so sex needs to be consensual every time. So that means the refusal to give something that is due is off the table. It's not owed or due. So then there's the refusal to give something that is desired. I desire lots of things that I don't get. Just because you desire it, it doesn't mean that you're entitled to it. So my ex tried to withhold sex as a form of punishment a few times. But I think because I respect people's bodily autonomy, it didn't have the power and control effect that he was going for. To me, it was, okay, he's upset, he doesn't want to have sex, he's allowed to make that decision. To me, he was setting a boundary, something he has a right to do. And honestly, it only took a couple of times where he saw that I was unbothered by it that he stopped trying to use withholding as a control tactic. And it was a control tactic. Because he would get upset if he issued a boundary of no sex and I didn't try to cross it. And there was one time we got into a disagreement where I made a sexual bid to try to repair. He turned me down. He told me he was too upset. Okay, so I respected it and I went to bed. An hour later, he came to bed and he tried to initiate. And when I turned him down because I was already asleep, I wasn't in the mood anymore, and it kind of felt like grade school games, he got upset. And now I was the one withholding sex as punishment and emotionally abusive. I knew how twisted and ass backwards this was. You can't withhold something you're not entitled to. And I think if you feel a deep sense of rejection when your partner declines sex for whatever reason, then that's an external validation piece to unpack and to work through. If your partner has emotionally harmed you and they have not taken steps to try to repair, not having sex isn't punishment, it's an emotional boundary. You have a right to decide that you don't want to be physically intimate with somebody who emotionally harms you. So withholding sex as punishment only works if you believe that it's your right or you seek your validation externally, and neither of these things resonate with me.